G'day everyone, it's Tim82 here with the answer to the question, what is a Pokemon Nuzlocke and more? We will be going over the origins of the Nuzlocke challenge, what it actually is, some common minor variations, what a hardcore Nuzlocke is, and some more common overhauls. Nuzlocke Challenge is a series of self-imposed rules that originated from a comic series of the same name by Nick Franco. There's a link in the description below if you want to check it out. The core rules of the Nuzlocke are that any Pokemon that faint are considered dead and may not be used again. You must either release them or move them into the PC system. The second rule is that you may only catch the first encounter in each area, so one per route, cave, city, you get the idea. In the event you faint that first Pokemon encountered, or it flees, you do not get another encounter. Let's say this Zigzagoon is my encounter, and I faint it, like so. My encounter for Route 101 would be lost. There are some additional rules most players use, such as no resetting, as that would basically bypass the core rules, and the player generally nicknames all their Pokemon for the sake of forming strong emotional bonds that will be shattered later. There are some minor variations some players use for more difficulty. The player's starter Pokemon may be determined by their trainer ID. Numbers 1 to 3 is the grass type, 4 to 6 is the fire, 7 to 9 is the water, and 0 is normally a free choice. In this case, I have a 3, so I'd get the grass type starter Trico. A blackout or whiteout, depending on the game, can be considered a game over, even if there's still usable Pokemon in the storage system. Another variation is you may only catch a single Pokemon after each gym badge instead of the normal encounter rules. Battle mode must be set to set mode, which prevents switching for free each time the player faints an opposing Pokemon, like this. Pokemon levels are limited to the level of the next gym leaders or the final Elite Four members' strongest Pokemon. So for Pokemon Emerald, the first gym leader is Roxanne, who has a level 15 Nose Pass. So the level cap until we challenge her would be 15. Generally, a Pokemon that overlevels must not be used until it's appropriate, but some people will play that it's dead and stop using it entirely. Then most of the other rules are around item restrictions, such as no held items, limited item usage in battle, limited item usage in the overworld, or even the purchase of items. And then also they'll impose some healing restrictions such as no Pokemon Centers or no healing items, limited number of Pokemon Center usages. List goes on, you can get very creative. Then there are some rules that people use to make the Nuzlocke challenge easier, like the dupes clause, which normally means the first encounter in each area doesn't count if you already have a Pokemon from that evolutionary line. For example, right here, I already have a Poochyena, so this encounter on Route 103 doesn't count as the first encounter, as you can see the Pokeball icon next to the health bar of the wild Poochyena. Shiny clause, which allows a trainer to catch a shiny even if they've already had an encounter in that area. Very unlikely, but can happen. So normally players will switch this Pokemon out for the one that they encountered on that route originally, but others will treat this as just a freebie because it's very unlikely to occur. Some players also use a checkpoint system where they can revert back to a previous save, such as after a gym battle or a major fight like a rival fight or one of the evil faction leaders. So, we've covered what a Nuzlocke is. So what makes a hardcore Nuzlocke? So you take the normal rules of a Nuzlocke being one encounter per area, and if a Pokemon faints it's considered dead, and then add the following, all at the same time. The battle mode must be set to set mode, level caps are enforced, and there is no use of in-battle items besides held items, and Pokeballs, Great Balls, etc. There are a bunch of other common Nuzlocke variants that build on the core rules like the hardcore does. So Wonderlocks are a special variant in that the first Pokemon you catch in each area, you set up for a Wonder Trade, and use whatever the benevolence of the Pokemon community provides. An Egglock is similar to the Wonderlock in that you sub out the Pokemon for a random egg, either generated in external software or gifted from other players. The Monolock is a Nuzlocke where you can only use Pokemon of a set type. To facilitate this, normally the single encounter rule is modified to be the first of that type in an area. So let's say I was running Steel and I came across a Makuhita, it wouldn't count as the encounter, but if I came across an Aron, it would. Normally, pre-evolutions that eventually develop into the selected types may be used, such as Piplup for our Steel example, as Empoleon eventually gains the Steel typing. Not for the faint of heart is the Shiny Lock, which is just a normal Nuzlocke except the single encounter rule is modified to be the first shiny Pokemon encountered. Needless to say, this run can take a very long time. Finally, the last variant I will cover is the Soul Link Nuzlocke. This challenge involves friends. Sad, I know, one day maybe I'll be able to play one. And you both play the same game. Each of your encounters are paired together. So your Route 1 Pokemon is a pair. So let's say player 1 catches a Zigzagoon on Route 1, and player 2 catches a Poochyena, and player 2 wants to use the Pooch on their team, then player 1 will need to use the Zigzagoon on their team as well. Nicknames are a good way of keeping track of these pairs. If either Pokemon faint in either game, the partner Pokemon is also considered fainted and must be boxed or released as soon as possible. This game mode is often played randomized, and I have just the guide to help you out with that. Lastly, some players in this Nuzlocke mode try to limit the same primary type of Pokemon in each team. So if one player has a Rock type, the other team cannot have a primary Rock type Pokemon. Primary type is the first type left to right in the event of dual types. This means Onix could be paired with an Aron, but not paired with a Nosepass. Hopefully that helps explain what a Nuzlocke is, and if it helped, please like the video and leave a comment down below. Feedback always helps, and as always, thanks for watching.